Hi, my name's Emma and I'm a huge book nerd.
You're my library, always open for business, but you never show it. You're just sitting with it, but I know the score and you're killing it.
This stack of books currently sitting on my lap does in fact almost reach my chin. That's because today I'm filming a cumulative book haul. I'm going all the way back to the last time that I filmed a book haul, and I'm gonna tell you all the books I have acquired since then, which is quite a few. This is in no particular order because there are frankly just too many books to put in an order and I don't want to have to worry about that. So we're just gonna get started. This first book is one that I owned in high school and I just couldn't find, and then my dad found it and brought it to me, and that's my original copy of The Things They Carried, which is very exciting because this has like all my original markings and notes and stuff from when I read it in my English class, and I'm really excited to revisit this because it's been such a long time since I've read it and I really want to read it again because it's so good. So thank you, Dad. I really appreciate it. Mwah. This next book I bought because I wanted to read it for my honors class. I had like a final project that was dealing with like quantum physics and stuff like that, and I had to write a paper and talk about how like works of art use quantum mechanics and like explore quantum mechanics and stuff. So I got Dark Matter by Blake Crouch and I read it and it's really good. I gave it 5 stars. It is a great book. I highly recommend it. Next, I could not resist, and this is the only book I bought like at full price, and that's Uncommon Type by Tom Hanks, and I just could not wait to get my hands on this because I am a huge Tom Hanks fan and I was really pleasantly surprised with how wonderful this was. It's just a collection of short stories that he wrote. They're really positive and sweet and kind of like cathartic. I really enjoyed this and I highly recommend it, especially if you are into short stories. So this next one I picked up at Goodwill on the 50% off Saturday where everything's 50% off, so I got it for 50 cents. It's The Book of Speculation by Erica Swyler, and I don't know anything about this, but I've like seen it around and I've seen people saying good things about it. It's in perfect condition and it was only 50 cents, so I really couldn't pass it up. Yeah, if you've read this, please tell me what you thought. Tell me what it was about down in the comments. These are 2 books that I got in a Page Habit box. The first one is Here in Berlin by Christina Garcia, and I haven't read this yet. It's nice and short, maybe I'll get to it. There are so many books that I want to read and it's a problem. And then also in that box I got The Beast is an Animal by Pernell van Arsdale. Don't know how to pronounce that name. I know absolutely nothing about this. It's a fantasy, which I don't read a lot of fantasy, but I'm definitely willing to give this a try. It was like a free extra in the box, so that was cool. Next are a whole lot of books that I ordered from Book Outlet, so I'm just gonna go through them. First I got Emmy and Oliver by Robin Benway. I don't know a whole lot about this. I've heard good things though, and this is gonna be like a stupid reason, but Eleanor Park is one of my like favorite books, and Emmy and Oliver just like seems like it would be similar. I don't know, but this has been on my to-read list for a while, and then when Book Outlet was having their Cyber Monday sale where it was like 30% off everything, I was like, I can buy a lot of stuff, and I did. This next one I'm super excited about, and that's The Love Song of Miss Queenie Hennessy by Rachel Joyce. And Rachel Joyce is like quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. I've only read 2 of her books, so I can't really say that yet. But I love, she adds a little bit of like magic to her stories, which I think is so cool. This is like the companion novel to The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry. In that book, there's a character named Miss Queenie Hennessy that's like a huge part of the story, but we don't get like her perspective at all. We don't really see her that much. So this is going to be super interesting and I'm really excited to get to this one. This is like her side of things, like her life story. Next, I think a lot of you are going to be excited about this one too because this book has gotten a lot of hype, and that is The Mothers by Britt Bennett. And I was really excited to see this on Book Outlet. I love this cover for one thing. Like, look at it, it's so pretty, oh my god. But I don't know a whole lot about this. I know it's about a woman who's going off to college and her mother recently committed suicide, I think. And that's like the premise of the book, and there's some sort of like mystery involved, and it's about like family and relationships. I'm really interested to get into this because I've heard incredible things. So next I bought a book that I didn't want to check out from the library because it's too dang long. And I, long ago, not that long ago, but at one point I promised my friend who is like a year above me in school that I would read it before he graduates, and he's graduating like the end of this year, so I was like, I need to get on that because I want to keep my book promises. Only the book ones, not all of them. And that book is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke. I can't even hold this book with one hand. It's like so thick. Ugh, it's terrifying. It is, let's see how many pages it is, shall we? It's 1,006 pages, so it's not as bad as It, which I read, which I really liked. But this is about two magicians in the 19th century during the Napoleonic Wars, and the magicians like fight somehow. That's literally all I know about it. I don't know a lot, but it seems like a very atmospheric fantasy read, and I'm excited to get into it, but I'm also really intimidated because of how huge this is. So if you've read it and you're excited about it, please let me know so then I can have some like motivation to get there. Alright, I'm really excited about this next one. This book seems so interesting to me. It's Violent Ends, and it's by a whole lot of different people. I'll just hold that up. I won't try to read all of them. It is a novel written from 17 points of view. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot I have coffee. When you remember you brought coffee with you. I'm a happy camper. I was talking about Violent Ends, and it's about a school shooting, but it's told from like a ton of different people's perspectives, and each perspective is written by a different author, which I think is so cool. And I'm really excited. I've heard some good things about this. I haven't heard a lot of buzz about it though, which kind of makes me like more excited because I like finding some more obscure books that I'm excited about. So yeah. If you've read this, let me know what you think. This is another one that's been like very hyped that I'm really excited about, and that is Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. I don't really know how to say her name, but this book is... So this is like a thriller about a single mom who somehow gets involved in the life of this couple, and there's something like really horrible going on in this couple's marriage, but we don't know what it is. I don't know. It seems mysterious, and I've heard amazing things, and I'm really excited to check this out. Next, I found a scratch and dent copy of It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini, and this has been on my TBR for so long. Like, this is one of the ones that's been on there for like way too long, and I think the cover's really cool. I just like, there's something really interesting about that. The scratch and dent bit's on the back here. It's got a little tear, but that's okay because I paid like $1 for this, which is, you know, it's pretty good. Sorry, I should tell you what it's about. It's about a boy with depression who's like he gets institutionalized, I'm pretty sure. Is that politically correct? Yeah, he tries to commit suicide and he gets committed to a mental hospital, and this is like about his time in the mental hospital and like the other people there. I don't know, what's mental hospital? Institution? Psychiatric hospital. I bet that's what it is. What I think is really cool is the author himself actually spent some time in a psychiatric hospital, so there's a lot of like own voices stuff in here, which is always great. The next book I found on Book Outlet I'm also very excited about. It's called Black Ass by A. Igona Barrett, and first of all, this cover is so cool. Can we just... I love this cover. And to explain this to you, I'm just gonna read the like blurb because it's just really, like, it hooked me in. Firo Weriboko, wakes on the morning of a job interview to discover he's turned into a white man. Red hair, green eyes, pale skin. In this condition, he plunges into the bustle of Lagos to make his fortune. Pursued from the streets to the boardroom by those who would use him, Firo hides the evidence of his former life. His family, his name, his black ass. As he reinvents himself in this wicked satire, Firo's search for identity deeper than his skin leads to an unraveling of his own precariously constructed story. This just seems really interesting, possibly problematic, but I don't know, I'm like super curious. The writer actually lives in Nigeria. I'll show you the back there. He's So like I don't really know, I don't know anything about the writer, I don't know anything about the book, but it just seems really cool. Perhaps some really interesting commentary on institutionalized racism, which would be something that we all need to read some more about. I'm just gonna say again that I'm really excited about this one, but I'm saying that about every single one of these books, so maybe I need to stop. But this next one is The Most Dangerous Animal of All: Searching for My Father and Finding the Zodiac Killer by Gary L. Stewart with Susan Mustafa. And I am so excited to read this book. Okay, so you know the movie that's on Netflix called The Zodiac, that's like based on the true story of the Zodiac, and there's like this dude who's like a cartoonist and he's like super into like finding all this stuff, and like they like think they find the Zodiac guy and then he like has a heart attack and dies before they can like take him to trial or anything. Ooh, it's so good. I just like, that whole story fascinates me, and this is non-fiction. This is like a true story of how this guy, Gary L. Stewart, started to search for his biological father at the age of 39, and basically he thinks his dad is the Zodiac, and that's cool and scary and kind of awesome, so I'm so excited to read this. Yeah. So this next book is In Darkness by Nick Lake, and this is about a Haitian boy who's like trapped in rubble after an earthquake. It seems really interesting, and I think it's really cool that it's about a Haitian boy, because I feel like I don't read a lot of literature about other countries in general, frankly, but like especially Haiti. So I'm really curious to see what this is like. I don't know that much about it. If you read it, I'd be really interested to see what you think. This next one I have read and finally purchased, and that is Highly Illogical Behavior by John Corey Whaley. And this book is really, really good, you guys. I never hear anything about this, but it's a YA about a boy who is like deathly afraid of leaving his house. He never goes outside ever. His name's Solomon, and then this girl, Lisa, kind of takes him on as her project, which yes is problematic, but that all gets explored in the book. It's great. And she and her boyfriend Clark kind of befriend Solomon, and it like takes place over the summer. It's like her summer project. Yeah, I know, like don't let that scare you, it's really great. Yeah, and it's kind of their story over the summer, and it's really fantastic. I really, really liked it. It's very short, which is to be appreciated in a book, and I highly recommend this if you are like dealing with anxiety as a young person. I think this is very cool. Yeah. Can I say I'm really excited one more time? This is The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and I did read The Goldfinch. I did like The Goldfinch. I don't know if it was like my favorite book ever, but it was really good. But I've heard that like if you're not a huge fan of The Goldfinch, you might be a huge fan of The Secret History. And this edition's just gorgeous. I purchased it so I can read it. I truly don't know anything about like the plot of this book. Sorry. But I think it's gonna be great. It's a positive attitude for you. I almost forgot to show you these two. Ooh, everything's falling. This one was sent to me by the publisher, and that's Pigeon-Blood Red by Ed Duncan, and this is, I'm pretty sure this is his first book. And this is the first book in a trilogy, and it is a murder mystery. It's about like a husband and a wife who like try to double cross a loan shark, and then they get like entangled in like all this stuff. I don't know if it's really gonna be my cup of tea, but I'm for sure gonna give it a chance because I'm super grateful that someone reached out to me and wanted to send me a book. Like, that's cool. I will get to this. I will. And next is Care of Evil by Robert Galbraith, who's not actually Robert at all. That's J.K. Rowling. But yeah, this is the second book in her Cuckoo's Calling series. I do own the first one hanging out over against my wall because I have too many books to put on my shelves. I just want to read everything that she's ever written because she's a queen. And the last book that I have to show you today is Still Alice by Lisa Genova. And I got this book because I'm currently writing a play that has a character with Alzheimer's in it. And this book is about a woman's journey from like when she first knows she has Alzheimer's all the way until like it gets like really bad. I don't know how far it goes, but I'm really interested to read this because I don't have like a huge understanding of Alzheimer's and I kind of need to write a play about it. Those are all the many books that I have to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed watching me hold up a bunch of books that I bought, and let me know which ones you're most excited to hear my thoughts on because I need help deciding which ones to get to first because they're all so good. Let me know which of these books you've read. I'd be super excited to know what you think of them, and please like and subscribe and leave lots of comments down below, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Bye!